Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome here if you're new to the Dinosaur Omelet. My name is Christopher and we are a small homestead channel here in southern Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Now today's chat is going to be a little different. Usually we're talking about homestead topics. Today I want to focus on our health, our vitality, and our overall well-being. So I guess I'll go a little bit about my background and really delve into this topic today to hopefully encourage you guys. I want to encourage you. That's what this whole channel we're doing is about. And really our philosophy here is we want to verbally encourage you and give you tools to instigate you into action, to motivate you to action, to utilize the tools you already have, the things that you're capable of. And believe it or not, because you're a human being, you can do practically anything. Human beings are incredibly capable. Think about what you tell a little kid. When you grow up, you can do anything. Well, we're grown up, and we can still do anything. Within reason, of course, if we, depending upon our actual limitations. But we are rather unlimited in our pursuits. So anyway, enough of that speech. So thriving after 50, staying healthy. Yeah, I'm 49 actually, but I'll be 50 soon. But see, I always tell my wife, look at this, I'm aging out. Starting to get the lines and whatnot. But I'm 50 years old, close to it, 49 and some change. But I have a lot of energy. I feel great, right? My mind is quick. I get up, I'm flexible, and I feel well. Why is this? So one of the things I'm very grateful for, and I routinely talk about this, is I'm blessed to not have any chronic injuries. Injuries, a lot of you guys out there are dealing with chronic injuries or whatever's going on, medical conditions, pre-existing things beyond your control, essentially. All right, that's an obstacle for sure. You're not going to get rid of it. You've been dealing with whatever that particular obstacle is. Perhaps it's something that's just, it's there and you have to deal with it and you learn to adapt to it. That doesn't mean that you're necessarily restricted from improving quality of life. One of the good things about being people is we are not perfect. We are not perfect, and that makes us unique, and that makes us each individuals, and makes us each who we are. What makes me imperfect makes you, what makes you imperfect really differentiates us and gives us our qualities that makes us uniquely us as individuals. So we're all dealing with our own imperfections and restrictions. Anyway, so what have I been doing? Why do I feel compelled to share this information? And what is my objective here? First of all, depending on where you are in life, do not in any way think watching somebody like me is going to impose judgment on another human being, right? You're overweight or you got this or you got that going on. That makes you less than. That's not true. Okay, we're all wonderful, beautifully created human beings, okay? And we all are where we are, pursuant to the journey that we've been on. And I'm just talking about my journey and some of the lessons I learned that hopefully you can incorporate into your life. So, what have I been doing and what is my approach? I always take notes for these things because I got this ADHD, I can't focus. One of my imperfections. But I write stuff down. So what was the thing I've been doing? When did I start? So when I was in high school, my background story. When I was in high school, when I was a kid, I had asthma. And it was the 80s. So we didn't know anything. We didn't have the internet. So it's the 1980s, and I have asthma, and I can't really play the games with the kids. And then, what happens when you sit? You snack. What happens when you sit and snack constantly? You gain weight. Sure, absolutely. So as a kid, I was heavy, and I've actually probably weighed the same my entire life, 225 to 230. I've always weighed the same. It's just the fat or muscle ratio seems to switch a bit. So currently I'm less fat, more muscle, but winter's coming up, so that should even out a little bit more. So yeah, as a kid, I was heavy, I had bad asthma, and around age 18, like looking at 240, 250, maybe 260 or so, maybe 270. I was getting up there. Anyway, the asthma started to dissipate, and I started doing outdoor activity, not making this, conscious effort of self-improvement and health, but I wanted to do something. As a consequence of doing that, I noticed, oh, my energy's coming back. I feel a little better. My legs are getting stronger. I can bike up the hill without getting off of the bike. And remember, that was a key indicator of improvement. I had, these goalposts. It wasn't conscious. It wasn't like one day I'll do this. It's just one day I noticed, oh, wait, I can get all the way up this really super steep hill without getting off of the bike, without having to walk some of the way. So I had this reminder of improvement. So I was like, okay, I began to pursue this. So I started biking, and that really got me started. So 18, 19, I started doing exercise, and joined a gym around 19 years old. But was not aware of the importance of nutrition until, a year or two after that. And I started reading into this. So briefly, I want to talk about the three things that are, I think, the key components to my overall health and people's overall health: physical health, mental health, spiritual well-being. Yes, spiritual well-being. So our physical health, obviously, what we're eating, our exercise, our sleep schedules. Our mental health, very important. All right, stress management. And all three of these things, they interact with one another and affect each other with consequence, into different degrees. So our stress management, our relationships, right? We're social creatures. These things need to be maintained to maintain your health throughout your life. And continuous learning. I'm a huge proponent of that. Keep learning. Watch a video, read, educate yourself, gain some knowledge. Again, not to have superiority, not to make you better than somebody else. This is not about an external. This is about self and our inherent ability. So we're learning more so we can gain more power over our decisions. We know the consequence of our actions before we take them. I know what's going to happen when I eat that family-sized bag of Doritos. Granted, they're highly addictive and delicious, but I know what's going to happen. Yeah, sure, I eat junk food once in a while, sure. But I know what happens. I have the knowledge now, so I can make decisions with that. And our spiritual self, our purpose, our philosophical understanding of self, and our spiritual connection to He who created us. If so, you have such a deep belief. I do. I'm fine. I'm going upstairs and time's come to kick me out, so I ain't too worried. But the spiritual component is very strong for us, and I do suggest you pursue it if you have not yet. So physical, mental, spiritual are the three, I think, key components in a very broad sense that I focused on cognizant. I make a cognizant effort. I'm aware. These are the things I'm going to pursue. I need to be aware of them. I'm not always well. I'm a human like you guys. Some days I feel really crappy. Low energy. But I try to override that mentally as best I can, and I also have foresight for the knowledge that eventually this will pass and I will feel better. All right. Now, nutrition. This is really, I think, the key of what I'm going to discuss here and what has kept me healthy and vibrant for this 5 decades. Well, actually, 3 decades. After about age 20, I started getting better. So I'm in better health than I was when I was 20. That's usually not how it goes, but that's how it went here. So what was it about nutrition? And we're learning more and more about nutrition. You get online, like I said, man, I'm from the 80s. We didn't know anything back then. Today, you can gain, for half an hour of investment of your time, you can have a vast array of knowledge that would take weeks or months. Decades ago, you'd have to be reading, go to the library, travel to talks, and you can get a ton of information now to, again, give you the power to make good decisions because you will know the outcome of the decisions you're making now. Back then, we did not know. At least I didn't know. I don't know the outcome of drinking a 2-liter bottle of, what do you call that, soda, right? It's pure sugar. I don't know what that's happening. I don't know what's happening metabolically in my body when I consume that. I do now. I didn't then, so I wouldn't know the consequence of it. So guzzling down a 2-liter of poison, I don't know, doesn't mean anything to me. Now I understand. And the funny thing is, as a side note, things you eliminate from your diet that you stop eating, right? Your mouth, your palate changes. Like, I don't like soda taste. I can't stand the taste of it. It's not psychological. It's just your palate changes. The way you perceive flavor changes. And so a lot of the junk foods that are very addictive, that are manufactured to be addictive, I don't like. I can't palate them anymore just because I've abstained from them for so long that it's not something that I would find appealing, that I'm going to get a dopamine rush from eating it anymore. I'll feel, spit it out. It doesn't taste right. It tastes funny. So the nutrition, that was one of the major components, nutrition, exercise. But I want to stick with nutrition because a lot of people are maybe limited with their exercise ability. Whole foods. And we did a discussion here on our little channel, on our live chat some weeks ago, about a whole foods diet. Getting rid of the toxic stuff, getting rid of the ultra-processed food, or what's commonly referred to as the standard American diet, which is all that stuff that comes in boxes with pretty pictures and crinkly bags, right? It's delicious and it's sweet, but it's slowly killing us. It's giving us a lot of chronic illness. In fact, maybe you know this, maybe you don't, 95% of chronic illness in the United States is preventable disease caused primarily from diet, exercise, stress, these sorts of things. Much of it from a poor diet. So a whole foods diet. I don't want to go too huge into this because it's be a 3-hour-long video. I try to cook everything from scratch, and I've been cooking since I'm 21 years old, and I didn't know everything, but over time I'm gaining more and more knowledge and learning what I'm cooking isn't food so much as, yes, it's food, it's delicious, but it also has a dual purpose. It's to help my body thrive, right? It's to help at a cellular level, to help these cells thrive. And I don't want to damage my cells. You don't want to damage your cells. Your body is made up of cells. It's what we are. Everything here, all this stuff is just cellular tissue that hopefully has been fed right. And of course, toxins are coming in there. Of course, damaging compounds are coming in there. But because we take care of ourselves through proper diet, nutrition, exercise, sleep, etc., our body has the mechanisms to eliminate a lot of these compounds if they're in, doses that aren't so substantial that they overwhelm us. But our cells in our body have the capacity to eliminate these compounds as to not cause cellular damage. So then we look on the flip side where we're regularly ingesting damage-causing dosages of caustic compounds. Smoking, right? So that's good. Uh-oh, wife just walked in. Let me pause. No, sorry. All right, Angela just walked in. I lost my train of thought. So what was I saying? So we have damaging compounds that come in large doses, like smoking. And what happens when we smoke? Or let's forget about smoking. Let's just talk about standard American diet, the processed foods, the ultra-processed refined grains, the preservatives, the, pesticides that everything is sprayed with. They may not even be coming in at dosages that are causing cellular damage, but because they're continually coming in and nonstop, and your body does not have time to get back to a state of equilibrium, then they're doing that oxidative stress, then they're doing the damage to the cells. So we're trying to eliminate all the toxic crap. So part of the nutrition really isn't even what I'm eating as much as what I'm keeping out, trying to eliminate the junk. No way am I going to be able to do that 100%, but I can do it significantly enough to where it has a positive impact, okay? No matter what, there's toxins everywhere, and you're going to ingest them. Breathing in air, I'm probably breathing in toxins just from the cleaning agents I used here. But hopefully, it's not a dosage significant enough over a significant period of time to do that damage. And this really has to do with our nutrition. I don't want to get into the complexities at the cellular level. But I will say, again, to reiterate, the whole foods, right? Complete foods with all the nutrition still in it. Hold on, let me grab a hunk of bread. So here's my bread. Right, I know, I don't eat bread. I got gluten intolerance and so on. That's fine. We don't eat wheat bread. We don't buy bread. I make it fresh. It lasts for, you see that? We're going to try to get it focused. It's just whole wheat bread with flax seed, rolled oats, chia seeds, some other junk in there. It's a high fiber. Anyway, it's made with what I can find to be the best ingredients because it's, it's a staple here at the table. I don't eat bread too much. Angela likes it. But it's not a refined, highly ultra-refined white flour stripped of all of its nutrients. And I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with that. You know that, right? You eat a donut, what is that? It's basically sugar. It's the same as eating a jar of sugar. It's just a stripped piece of wheat fried. So I'm sticking with the whole ingredients, the whole foods. And that not only is providing me with a better nutrition, a more nutrient-dense food, and one that is more bioavailable, meaning the cells can take in the nutrition and utilize it. But I'm also saving money. You're saving money. You're not buying convenience. You're not paying for convenience of prepackaged food that can sit on a shelf for literally years and still be edible. You're buying convenience when you do that, and toxins. But the whole food, right? It's a lot cheaper, it's healthier, and it's much, much tastier, and it's going to improve the quality of your life. And, like I said, it's less expensive. I was raising 2 kids, right? It was me and my 2 babies, toddlers into kidhood, and I'm feeding them with $100 a month, $150 a month at the most, because I was buying all whole foods in bulk. Nobody buys this stuff. And this was, I guess, 10 years ago. I mean, I know food inflation's gone up recently. So the whole food thing was a major component of being able to thrive. And why was that? This is the other thing. It's 2-tiered. It's not just the nutrition from the whole foods. It's the elimination of harmful substances. It's the elimination of toxins or chronic toxicity. People go on these, I'm on a detox diet, I'm detoxing. Well, you're not actually. But if your body didn't naturally detox itself and get rid of toxins, we would all be dead. We don't accumulate toxins. If we did, we would die. Now, we do certainly get overwhelmed with toxins in our system that do damage, but it's not like we're storing them up. Our body has mechanisms to expel them from our body and get them out so they don't accumulate and kill us. What's happening when we go on these wonderful detox diets is we're not eating all the poisons and the toxins, and our bodies can eliminate what's already in there. And then we start to feel energy again. Oh my God, I have energy. I'm not depressed. I'm happy. I'm waking up. What's going on here? I must have had a lot of toxins in me. Well, no, you had chronic toxins in you. You didn't have a ton of toxins in you. You just had so many that your body is constantly just working to get this junk out of there, dealing with so little nutrition, it was having a hard time to function. Now you're starting to function because you've incorporated whole nutrition and you've gotten rid of the toxins. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, was these 2 things: that eat the whole foods and eliminate the toxins. That is why I was able to, remain functioning and stay healthy. My injuries, I tore my knee, I tore my Achilles tendon. They're all healed. No surgery. They healed up on themselves. It took a little time, 6 months to a year, but they healed at 49, 48, 49 years of age. They all healed up fine. And I'm not bragging. Again, I'm nobody special. I'm just a dude who's going to be in the ground one day like everybody else. I'm just trying to encourage you guys to not quit or not think that you can't improve. Don't compare yourself to other people, okay? We're not comparing ourselves to the dude on TV or the guy on the internet that I see. I'm just comparing myself to me. What am I today? What was I yesterday? What was I a year ago? And what would I like to be tomorrow? And another week from now? And a year from now? Okay, I'm looking at myself analytically. What are the issues I'm dealing with? I want to eliminate them. Okie dokie. I'm looking at my notes. Let me see what we're doing here so I can finish up and let you guys go. Get rid of the toxins. I think that's about it. So this is not a exercise channel or one of those fitness channels, but one of the main things that we focus here at the homestead, and a lot of people in the homestead community do focus on, is their health, the health of their family. That's part of the reason why they're doing that. They're raising their own vegetables, their own critters. They want to have, clean eggs, healthy food, healthy vegetables, making their own breads and pastas, whatever they're doing, because they know the importance of this and they know how it equates to a quality of life, man. And that's what I would like to encourage you guys to do. Right? I'm nobody special. And then again, I'm very special because I'm a human being. That's the same is true for you. You're very important, you're valued, and you're special. And you have purpose, you have meaning. You need to pursue who you are. And it's best to do that when you feel well and when you take care of yourself. I think that'll do it. I don't want to ramble here too much. I hope that makes sense, guys. To sum it up, get rid of the toxins, quit smoking, limit the alcohol, get rid of the junk food, the standard American diet, the ultra-processed junk. Learn how to cook, okay? Little by little, these are incremental changes. You're not going to boom overnight. Just switch out a standard American diet if that's what you're used to and start eating fabulously. Some people do, but it's difficult. But once you start learning about what happens when you do, and you start learning about what's happening inside of you metabolically when you're eating the junk, as opposed to when you're eating something good, you get inspired, it makes sense, okay? You're motivated to change, and you have the encouragement from the self, from within, to make that change, and you start feeling better. And the change is almost instant. It's miraculous how well you can feel in such a short a time by eliminating the junk from your diet. Days, a week, a couple weeks, it's a phenomenal change. The energy change, the mood change, all this stuff. Anyway, guys, certainly appreciate you coming by. Sorry, I'm just in the kitchen. We're usually doing our education videos. We're pretty big on that, lives every week. If you're new here, and if you want to hear more about like health, nutrition stuff, let me know. I can do a separate playlist here on the channel, maybe take you out and show you how I do some of my workouts, which I don't go to a gym. I just use a few free weights and then calisthenic stuff, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, that kind of thing, running, weighted runs. I can show you some of that, which is a lot of fun. I go mountain biking. I love the outdoors. That's the other reason why I like to take care of myself. The things I enjoy require me to move, like hiking, biking, swimming, kayaking, doing all that fun stuff. I want to be able to enjoy it. That's my thing, so I need to take care of myself. All right, you guys, if you're new, hit the sub button because we sure do like having new friends here down on the Dinosaur Omelet page. My name's Christopher, my wife is Angela, and we hope to see you here again. Take care, my friends.